one of the things I know we talked about, tips to implement. So Janine, I know you talked most about how we interact with people. But from a merchandising standpoint, what are some of the things you're talking about if you are in retail or if your service company has a little bit of retail in it? What are you talking about for best practices at this time with that?
Awesome. Yes, minimalism. So usually I'd be like, maximize that square footage. I'm not saying like clutter it up, but maximize your square footage. I think right now you can't. I think right now we can't have massive amounts of product because it's going to feel overwhelming. And like Cassie had said, it's going to feel cluttered. It's just not going to be inviting. And so if you can minimize your product, but still display it in a way that's beautiful and creative, I think that that's going to be really, really important. High touch areas. Again, minimize. Can you put one of a style out as a sample or an example, not a sample? If you have any samples, lotion samples, get rid of that. But, like have one example out of a product if you can, and have backstock so that customer can feel a lot better that there are less hands touching all of that product. If you're a clothing store, that's not going to be as realistic. People like to flip through racks, but again, you have to go back to the experience they're expecting by coming and shopping with you. If I'm going, I know we've got Jacqueline on here and she's optometry. If I'm going to an eyeglass shop, you betcha I'm going to touch as minimal of styles as I can. And I'm not going to be grabbing them myself, right? No, can you have an associate or yourself as the owner be like, what kind of styles do you like? Get more information from them and be the one who's actually taking them through the store. I think is going to be really important right now. And again, remember those different personalities because those different personalities shop very differently. And so how you're going to present it where it's still not salesy, but you're building a relationship. You're recognizing Allison's a turtle. She needs all the details. You're going to give her some of the details for the items that you're showing more than, don't you just love these? These are so cute. That's definitely not going to sell to Allison. She wants to know, how's it wash? How's it fit? Can my kid draw on it and it wash out, right? Like that's what's important. So remember when you're presenting your products to be the kind of leader in that, I think a little bit more than you normally would. I think I'm a lion, so when I sell merchandise, when I've been on the floor, I tend to be very like dominant like that anyways. I think you kind of have to right now in the sense of being able to showcase or pull items. Linda, I know you're on here from Something Chic, and I just shopped with you the other day, and I loved it. Thank you for being open and clean and having all of the Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer everywhere. Having a bottle or a couple bottles of hand sanitizer some places immediately will give the perception like these people care. And it's those split seconds that, like Karen was saying, it's those split seconds that make us determine, do I want to be here any longer? So but Linda, for you, even a clothing store, being able to really identify the customer, what are they looking for? Oh, I need something to go for summer. I'm just looking for some shorts. It's getting hot. Great. What size are you? Let me pull you some things so you can feel free to look around. They might look around with their eyes. Maybe right now they're not looking around as much with their hands, but you're being able to pull some things for them and show them, and you're the one who's touching the merchandise the most. And your hands are cleaned and sanitized, and maybe just a little psychology, do that just before you start working with someone. I think it will go a long way. So that would be another thing. I would also just mention the humor or tokens of thoughtfulness. For example, well paired. I ordered to go the other day because I was getting my hair done. And I loved that you had bandanas. Now, it wasn't like, wear this over your face, because I think I actually would have been offended by that. But because I'm just a different personality. I'm perceiving this experience in pandemic differently than someone else. That's okay. There's no right or wrong. But I love that you had in there, use it for this, use it for that, put it on your dog. I loved that. And it was a sense of showing that you cared enough to get custom buffs or bandanas made. You cared and you're recognizing what's happening, but you're trying to also have something fun for someone to use or think about different ways they can use it. And I think deep down too, you're trying to help prevent the spread because I know you and that's important. And so just those little tokens that you can do, is there something that you can put in the bag for them, get made? There's lots of local businesses, printing businesses and things that are suffering too. Can you support them and, have something, a little gift or a token just to show your customers that you care a little bit more, add that sense of humor. I think, well, Linda's the only one that will have this surprise spoiled. But I got my retailers a bar of soap, and I'm sending every single one of my retailers all across the world a bar of soap. And it says, prepare to wash your hands now so we can get them dirty later. So I'm just trying to give them a sense of, we're going to get through this, stay clean, stay safe, but we've got this. And so if you can just do those little tokens, I think it will go a long way. I guess one other thing about visual merchandising is again, going back to training your staff. I was at a restaurant. I got to go to Bin, one of my favorites in town the other day. I'm just like going all my favorites so far. I'm like, we're open. And what I noticed, and Karen, what you kind of said too, was she was like more concerned with like, are you okay? Ooh, I can't touch that menu. She didn't know, she wasn't comfortable. It's going to take some time for your staff to get comfortable. She wasn't comfortable, and that made me uncomfortable. I'm like, I'm totally fine, girl. Leave it here. We're good. Again, respond and react to who's in front of you, but make sure your staff knows how to do that. That's a trained skill, and it takes some time, and really take that time. I know that's not visual merchandising, but really take some time, because not everybody's going to feel comfortable showing merchandise right now, or Jacqueline with your eyewear right now. So make sure that they have the product knowledge and the skills to adapt to people. I think that's going to go a long way too.